Good morning guys, and welcome to this T37 replay I played yesterday. I recently got this tank. Well, I got it yesterday. I free XP'd everything apart from the Top Gun on it because I really wanted to try it with the autoloader. And before that I played I think about 20 matches in the Chaffee, or 25, but I can't really say I like the Chaffee that much. The thing that put me off from it was the 92 something penetration, which is just not enough, I think. And this little guy has 137 penetration with the autoloader and 5 shots, so that's a lot better, especially for the guys you meet.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Penetration.
So as you can see, we took one hit, which this thing again compared to the Chaffee can take a couple of hits. The Chaffee only has 440 health, which frequently is nearly a one shot. This thing can at least take generally 2 big shots. But as you can see, we did about 500 damage and took 100, so that's quite a good trade-off. We already almost did more damage than our own HP, but I'm not lingering on that right flank there with all the backup and catch more shots, because you don't want to, especially in a light tank, you want to be unpredictable, because if you aren't, you're just gonna get killed. And this KV-85 doesn't know what I'm doing, so I'm waiting for him to be despotted and then move somewhere else. Now this KV-85 can be a good distraction. He can actually take the shots for me. So I'm just waiting for him to spot the other KV-85, waiting for him to shoot, and then I'll just start planting shots in his engine deck.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit. Penetration.
And then this E25 shows up. And the KV-85, for some reason, I don't know which one, manages to put a shot in me, which is unfortunate. So that trade-off wasn't too good. But then we've got the side of a KV-2.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy fuel tank is hit.
And 137 penetration can go through the side of a KV-2 any time. If I had been in the Chaffee, I would have been pretty much fucked, because it would never go through. Not unless you load premium ammo, and as you all know, I don't like spamming premium, because I think it's for people who aren't satisfied with their own capabilities. Let's keep it at that. So I'm moving again to a different flank completely. And there goes the E25 that put shots in me earlier. So it's time to return the favor. So I'm taking the long way around because I don't want to end up in front of him. Even though I can probably kill him before he kills me. It still wouldn't be a good trade-off. I've only got 152 health remaining, and I need that, as you'll see later on. So I'm just taking care not to fly off the side of the mountain and break my tank, because that happens more often than not. You just don't pay attention to your speed and you just fly off of ledges and break your tracks and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why that Talk 2 is still in our base. Seriously. But yeah, someone or himself hits himself for like 500 damage, so I could easily slaughter him.
Enemy armor is hit. Got him.
So that's quite nice. He managed to put 1 shot into me, and I put 4 into him, so that's a good trade-off. And now I need to get out of here. T29 is charging me. And that was a bit of a stupid driving mistake. I don't know why I drove into that guy, probably because I was looking at the minimap. to see what was going on. I don't want to go up here because that will put me in the shot of the T-29 again, so I'm continuing onwards, trying to put a lot of distance between me and him. At this point I didn't know if he was going to follow me or going to cap, but it turns out he's following me, and he did spot me, so I'm lingering behind this hill for a bit, then moving back, trying to get despotted. Didn't know if he was going to poke out left or right, but he's continuing on, so I'll put a shot into his track, but I ding the first one, and then I kill him. So that was a stupid mistake of him. He should have never come around the corner straight like that. He should have angled his front towards me, because then I wouldn't have been able to kill him at all, and I would have died. And they would have won this match. So, spoiler, we win this match. And I get a defender as well. But I really like this tank. It reminds me a lot of the Chi-Ri in a sense, with the autoloader, but this thing has got a lot more speed than the Chi-Ri. It's still got it's pretty much got the same armor, and the autoloader has got 2 more shots, but it shoots slightly slower. But just because you've got more speed, you can actually put this thing to use better than the Chi-Ri. And I'm really looking forward to the Bulldog. So, scored the defender, shooting the lower plate of the KV-85. I didn't know if that was going to go through, because I haven't looked into the armor layouts of the new Soviet heavy tanks. But yeah, it was really the only place I could hit properly, so I just planted the shot in there and hoped for the best. And as you can see now, I'm loading my last magazine of premium ammo. Well, it's the only magazine of premium ammo I'm carrying in this thing. And the reason I'm loading it is that it's so close that I really want to win this match. And I know what I said earlier. That's true. Absolutely, but it's just too close. And I could easily win this with regular AP ammo as well, but I really can't use a ding at the moment. So, luckily the E25 is following me, and that's a really good thing, because now if we come up against the last enemy, at least if one of us gets killed, the other one can actually plant some shots in and possibly win the match. I'm just being careful here, because I can take one more hit if he doesn't roll too high, and my friend here can, with a bit of luck, can take 2, but not more. This gun does something like 115 average damage, but yeah, it can roll for something like 150, so it would leave me alive, just barely. So just taking care not to run into trouble head first. Now the E25 is taking point, and the good thing about this thing is, as I said, is the speed, so I can keep up with this E25 easily, which is really good, because in situations like this you always want to stick together, because 2 have a much bigger chance of slaughtering the other guy than if you go at him one by one. And so many matches you see the same stupid mistake where there's 2 or 3 of your team left and 1 enemy, and your team goes at him one by one because they just haven't got the patience to stay together and wait for 5 bloody seconds and not lose the match. And that's really annoying, because so many matches I see that could have easily been won are lost, and congratulations to the enemy for slugging it out and winning from 3 guys, but if people just stop and think for 5 seconds, they could have much more easily win. So at this point I'm checking if I can see this guy over here, but he doesn't seem to be here, so I'm going back to the cap while I still keep a bit of an eye out over there. And then I'll be placing myself over there in the edge of the cap circle that goes downwards, And the reason I'm doing so is that if the other guy is spotted, I can easily just step on the gas and go into this ditch where I'm safe from his fire. And there he is. So, as I said, going into the ditch, he rolls for 120 damage. I don't know which gun he's got, but seeing that he pulls back, that means that he's probably got the single shot gun. And that thing has 150 penetration compared to the 137 of the autoloader, but I really, at this point, I don't see why you would use the single shot gun, because with the autoloader you've got a lot more shells to make up for one that dings. Now I'm just being really careful. I don't want to poke out and get killed because there's still a couple of seconds left on the cap. But as soon as that reaches a number that he can't stop the cap anymore, I'm just going to poke out now. So I see the tree falling, move forward. We win by cap. I see him premium shell dings and the other one doesn't. So GG, defender and 6 ribbons. So nice match, really good tank.